Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another chill and chat with Lenny. I'm still working on the Legion of Everblight. I have 21 models to go. I don't know if I set this up properly or not this time, so hopefully the chat works if anyone joins in. If it doesn't, I'll try and figure it out for the next one. So, over the last couple of days, I've been working on it. I have a unit attachment coming today. Well, hopefully today, so I can get it painted in time for the game tonight, or even built in time. It's only 2 guys, but the 21 models includes that. So there's still a bit to go, but getting there slowly. I've been working on where's the camera? This. It's the is it the Gen Con release that they do every year? This is the Blighted Bather. Camera's not great at the minute. I don't want to fiddle with it too much. I'll do a showcase video when she's done. The heavies have been worked on. I have a game tonight, so I'm hoping that this blood isn't just for show. This one's been done as well. This one's an absolute beast. You could throw this at someone and kill him, he's that heavy. But no pun intended there, it's just because he's metal. And then I finished the bolt thrower as well. I just have to do the lines on the base. But there's the succubus. She's done also. Yeah, so yesterday I finished the bolt thrower, finished the succubus, painted the whole Carnivian and this. So I went to bed at like 2:30 or something last night. It's a bit stupid to be staying up that late because I am wrecked today. But what do you do? What do you do? I'm just sharing the hangout there. Nick probably won't be joining us today because I believe he's on holidays. So, no Nick. Going it solo today. I'm playing Boom Beach on my phone. Just because I'm trying to outrank my little brother. Because that's a mature thing to be doing. Right, I have a notification. Okay, it's letting me know that I'm painting with Lenny. Thank you, YouTube. Very considerate. Because I have it up in Google, I'm trying to open it in YouTube. See if there's any comments. Streaming live. Okay, no, so you don't have to hear me twice. Hear me once, bad enough. I have to subscribe to myself, and there's no comments here. Right, Grant. So let's get on with that. It's a bit messy, but this is just how I end up working once I start. And then I'll tidy it all up when I'm finishing, and then it'll just go back to being an absolute kip. I've been working on my videos lately. The program I have isn't great. I think everyone has it. Windows Movie Maker. Can't afford anything else at the minute, anything better. I can't even afford a better laptop. So my video editing and rendering is taking forever. And the laptop's getting slower and slower with each one. And I need a new laptop for college, so you'll have to bear with me on the videos for the time being. Like I can't do in video editing like crazy stuff with banners and whatever. Well, maybe you can, but I just haven't figured out how to do it, and I'm afraid to do it. When I open Movie Maker, the laptop goes a shit. So I was saying I've been working on them. I have 3 videos scheduled to come out. I'm not telling you what they are, you'll have to go and watch them. But it's just compared to my stint of 3 or 4 months of not uploading, I'm gonna try and work on getting a bit of content out. I might spread out the scheduled dates on it. So it's gonna there'll be one out. What's today? Or there'll be one out tomorrow. There'll be one out Saturday, and then there'll be one out Monday. Um, I'll try and make a couple of them and back it up. I might spread it out to 3 days because then I can kind of work more on making more videos, so I can have a bigger reservoir of videos ready to go. I'll see how it goes with this whole scheduling thing. Um, it was Mel that told me to try and schedule my videos. I didn't ever know that you could, so I'm gonna give it a try. For the next couple of weeks, because of commissions and the tournament, all my videos are going to be based around War Machine and Hordes. I do have fantasy stuff and 40k stuff and Infinity stuff to do, but just for now, because there's the tournament coming up, I'm not getting a big War Machine and Hordes commission in. I'm just going to try and focus on them for now. The guy said there's no rush in the commission, so I'm going to finish off my army for this tournament so it looks half decent, and then blast on through the commission. So I'll probably do a couple of painting with Lenny's for the commission, depending on what way I'm working part time. I'll probably be off for a good bit anyway, so it'll be alright. But yeah, War Machine and Hordes for the next couple of weeks. Chris's model actually should be here as well today, so I'll have to get that done. I painted all John's stuff is Jon Snow. John McLeod's Dark Eldar I was painting for him are done. Actually, a week and a half now, but I just don't have enough money to go to the post office because Photoshop takes money off me every month for the program, but the laptop can't run any of the programs now, which is an absolute pain. But because it's a contract, there's not a whole lot I can do. Then the phone insurance went out because you gotta have phone insurance, and I thought it was all right, and I went and bought Chris's model and the 2 guys that I needed for the tournament, and then the car insurance went out, smashed. So all going according to plan, I'll have more than €16 to my name on Friday, and then I can go down and post John's shit. I have to finish Nick's Tau guy, the battle suit. I just have to airbrush the glow with the orange onto it, so that's not too bad. And James and his stuff. Well, Chris's model is coming today, so I'll have to work on that soon. So I'll probably do that after I finish my army for this conflict or the tournament. It'll not take long. It's only one little painting session to get that done. James and his stuff sent me some Tyranids, and I was like, right, they're done. That was quick. That was fun. I'll get them posted. No money. Shit. And then I realised that I missed one, so I'm kind of glad that I didn't post them because that would have been really awkward. So I have to finish that guy. I'll do a showcase video then once I have the last guy done, we'll say. I'm getting faster at painting. I can definitely say that because last night I got through a full heavy from base coat to finished, and I was working on this little chick. I was working on the succubus yesterday, and I finished a bolt thrower. So I think that was alright for a day's work, considering I was working out, playing Xbox, eating dinner, and all that kind of shit has to be done as well, you know. So I don't think I have a great war machine following, excuse me, on my subscribers. So I don't know how well this will go down over the next couple of weeks. But I have been set up to play against one of the Crick's Scar models or Scar Warcasters. I don't know if it's P Scar or E Scar, but they are lethal in game, and I'm not looking forward to it. Because for the tournament, you have to have two lists, and you have to play both of them. And then in the tour game, you can pick whichever one you want to play. And I don't want to end up locking myself into a list in the tournament and not being able to, you know, not for it to be a good matchup. So I'm kind of nervous about this game tonight. I have to practice with my second list. My other list is grand. I know what I'm doing with it. Although I'm debating changing it, but having something that can do a special attack in half something's armor is kind of comfortable. So I might just leave it as is. The other list, the list that I'm comfortable with, I played 3 or 4 games in a row. I know the rules now. I know how the models work together. There's a bit of a synergy going on there, and I have a decent enough idea what I need to be doing with that list. So I'm gonna leave that one for tonight and just play the other list and get my shit together with it, so to speak. Because I haven't played half as many games with that one. But like, it's not till next Sunday. So realistically, well, it all depends on what I'm working. I could go into one of the lads a couple of nights during the week and get a few extra practice games in. But I don't want to burn myself out coming up to the tournament because I'm driving up. So it's an hour and a half drive, and then you have 3 games at 2 hours a pop, and then an hour and a half drive home. So it's not going to be fun times. We'll say that much. I have to redo that. So I'll see how I am tonight with the list. I don't even know if I'm changing it or not. I might not. I think of it, it's alright as it is. It just needs to be practiced with a bit more. So I'll see how that goes anyway. So I think the flesh is more or less done on this chick now. I have to do her hair and her face. Let's see if I can focus this. I really don't want to mess with this in case I make it worse. Yeah, that's definitely worse. Okay, I'll go the other way. Well, that worked. So her hair, eyes, and her mouth needs to be done. I need to regloss over the top of that point. Uh, this model in game, it's basically a cooking pot. So I don't have the crew for here because they're outside. I primed them last night. I have to bring them in, but they have these kind of sickle things, but they're a bit more curved. They're kind of moon shaped, half moon shaped. Obviously not full moon shaped because then they'd be discs. But if a body dies within a certain radius of this thing, them guys fuck it into the pot, and after 3 bodies, you can spit out one of these little shits. And there's 2 other variants as well. This one can go rabid and charge, so he's hitting on 3 dice, and then he's wounding on 4 dice, but I can put it up to 5 with the spell of the caster. And then there's another one you can get 5 dice on it, not dropping the lowest. And then the other one has a spell that you cast on it, so it just runs up and automatically hits. So it's like there's some stuff that has defense 17, and you're mat 5, so you need to roll a 12 on 2 dice to hit it. It's kind of impossible. So you cast this spell on itself, run it up, bam, job done. So I might have to order them, but one of the lads has them, so I might just borrow them from him because money's a real issue lately. And that's what happens when you're a student and you don't work. And then I think it was 2 days ago, Moggy messaged me on Facebook, Moggy's Miniatures, with a link to, I think it was a Neo. I bought a Neo for $100. And I was like, oh, I could do with that in my life. And then I worked it out in euros. I was like, surely that's only 50, 60 euro, maybe. No, it was 91. I was like, all right, that's great. That's not happening. I got paid for a commission the other day, and I'm trying to save it for the new laptop, but it went into the car petrol, so that's not fun. Having a car as a war gamer is not a good idea unless you're doing like a crazy ass job with good pay. That's more than 8.65 an hour. Fantasy Army's been put on hold just till I get this done. Now after like there's a big push to get this army painted for the tournament. I guarantee you after this I'll probably not even play it. I'll just be going back to fantasy and then I'm gonna have to paint all of that. I did start some of it, just airbrushing on base coats and washes and stuff like that, but it's nothing fancy. My juggernauts, I airbrushed a whole like the juggernauts of corn. They're the skull crushers of corn on juggernauts, so they're basically corn berserkers on corn juggernauts. And I airbrushed all of the armor on it. And it was great because it looks half decent. Okay, well his head is missing, but where's the camera? You get the idea. That's all airbrushed up. So I just started painting on the, the trim, and then I was like, I'm not getting paid to paint this. Fuck that. And that was all that happened with them. So for the fantasy army, I wanted to get Dragon Ogre Shaggots. I think I was giving out about them in the last hangout actually. 51 euro for a fine cast model, or it's 49 for 3 plastic ones, and that's kind of that's a bit of a bollocks. But you can only run 4, which is 3 in the Shaggot. So one of the lads gave me a cold one. I think it's a lizard man cold one or dark elf. Maybe it's a lizard man. So I've that, and I have not a troll ogre. I have an ogre, so I'm gonna have to cut the legs off the ogre and stick them on. But the shaggot or the dragon ogres themselves are massive beast things, and this is just like a little pipsqueak of a yoke on a much smaller base. So there'll probably be a lot of converting needed in that case. We'll see what happens. Because one of the lads was like, "Oh, well, you can't do that because he's so small." And I was like, "Have you ever seen gangster films? The big boss, as he will be called, is like 3'2", and then Tiny is a 7 foot wall of muscle." I was like, "I can do what I want. I can do what I want." I use the blue tone. So see this here? This is the Ravagore section of the tree park kit that you get. I had to brush on the primer last night, so I thought I was going to paint it, and then I didn't. So I absolutely hated my life last night trying to brush on GW Imperial Primer. Now I wouldn't mind, right? But I haven't opened that thing since I got it. I opened it when I got it, and that was it. And it's been sitting closed. Like the top on it is closed. It's grand. And I opened it last night. It was hard and dry inside. So like, what are GW actually doing with their models? Or don't think they're models. Yeah, GW, what are you doing with your models? They're so cool. You can't really see it, but with the way the wash went on, she has like a Joker going on, and I'm pretty fucking happy with that. It's not the first time it's happened to me. I opened the fucking technical paint the other day, and look at this. See this here, where the brush is? That's a big clump of paint, and it's fucking dry in the pot, and it's been closed. And then the other day, like, I went to bed, so my bed is above my hobby area, and this is my art coat I used to do gloss varnishes. See in here, that was that full of loose varnish. Like, all I do is open the pot, I'll scrape a little bit out, and I'll close the pot again. Things start open, so all the varnish is starting to dry in it because of this fucking piece of shite. I've opened some of the more used GW paints that I have, and I've just clipped it off. and the thing goes down. But sure, why am I paying 320 or something ridiculous for a pot of fucking paint, and then I have to, waste how much of it? It's such a pain in the arse. GW rant. Like, it's just there you go. That there is a big lump of hard paint. Why is the paint going hard in the pot? It doesn't do that in Vallejo or P3. Oh, excuse me. Are GW paints designed just to dry in the pot and make you spend more fucking money? It's not like they don't get enough of it as it is. Okay, this chick definitely looks like the Joker now with these yellow eyes. Such a I can't get that to work. The camera is sitting on my light. And now she's a yellow dot on her forehead. Cool stuff. She just looks like she's, Pikachu or something with these yellow eyes. That's really not good. Better do something like that. Pika! Totally wrong fucking game system. So, GW brought out raving mechanics. And I know you're going to say, what do you mean by raving? Go look at the GW new techno priests is what they're called apparently. All you need to do is buy 3 or 4 different colors of luminous paint, an airbrush, and these models. Why? Because they have just glow sticks for fingers. You know, I'm actually kind of happy now with the blue wash over them eyes. I think I might leave her. Leave her be. Oh, well, I'll have to base her. Okay, I better do that. So then that leaves it with 20 models. Yay! And the majority of them are like these elves, archer elves. So it's not like there's not enough fucking work in them. One of them is a pimp elf. Here he is. He's a pimp elf with his pimp arrow, not giving a pimp shit. Kind of hungry now. Breakfast probably would have been a good idea before I started this. Just gonna go and refresh the page and check if there was comments. So in the recommended videos to the right, there is a sculpting Lenny part 1. No comments to display. What the Fieri Lenny speed painting? I really hope they have a lot of clay or paint if they're painting me. Ha 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 ha. I tried something new the other day on one of my models. Oh, no, it wasn't my model. It was this guy. This guy's commission. He's part of the War Machine commission that I have. I just haven't done a video on him because he's not based yet. I'm gonna have to base them all together. But the trim on the cart is Vallejo Air Black, but it's metallic, and I just wanted to try it out. It is a sick, sick color. What's your man's name? Kenny Boucher. Next Level Painting. That's where I got that from. It's an absolutely sick color. His tutorials are pretty good as well. So I think I paid for something for this pot of GW technical paint, and I'm gonna have to buy more of it to finish base my army. So guess what I'm not buying anytime soon? Basic material for my army. It's great with them being snow orientated. things because there's grey everywhere in the bottom of this. Just throw snow in it, it's grand. There's snow everywhere. Besides in there. And then my rubber ducky is absolutely destroyed. It should do the job. That's dry and paint the base. I don't want to start painting the elves yet because there's a unit attachment in the garage. I kind of need them out to paint, and I have. Oh jeez, there's so many models out there. There's 9 more out there. So then, if I paint them, there's 2, 4, 6, 9, and 6 is 15. So that leaves 5 models. That's 1. There's the 2 coming today, hopefully. And then there's another 1 that I left at the gaming club. So I don't know what else. Oh yeah, this big fucking beast, my caster. I'm entering into the heavier, metal painting comp on Facebook, and he is the entry that I'm doing. So I'm gonna try. This is the paint scheme that I'm going for, obviously, because all my beasts and all have to look the same. They don't have to, but they will. And just last night I got into it and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. He was already based blue and silvers from the last time I tried to attempt to paint him. There. I was like, yeah, I'm going for this. I painted 5 skulls and I was like, no, I'm done with this model. Not happening. You know when you have something on your hobby table and it just puts you off painting. Like you look at that and you're like, no, I'm done with the hobby. Not doing it. Not doing it. That is that fucker. And what's annoying me is he's 2 like eye sockets on the side of his head where I tried the green stuff because he has horns that go on and I've lost one of the horns. How fucking stupid does he look now? He has like green stuffed eye sockets. Oh, I've one person watching. Hello, whoever you are. I'm checking if you commented. I think I opened the chat, I'm not 100% sure. I opened it this time before I started it. Well, there's no comments there for me anyway. And there's no comments on the video. And now no one's watching. I have scared them away. Oh, so this kit actually has to be magnetized again to make this fucker or make a second one of him. But he's 11 points a model, so I don't particularly want to be spending 22 points on 2 beasts and a 50-point game. So, I suppose I better base. Oh, look at that. I might just base coat this guy. Ah! I was actually debating for combat, like, right? You have to imagine that you're trying to get this thing into. Well, you don't have to with this one because he's rich. But when other models are trying to get into base to base with you, you have this massive sigh here that's just in the way. So instead of gluing the model together, you can just take it apart. How handy is that? So the other one is the same. The metal one obviously isn't because fuck that shit. But I was debating magnetizing it, and then I was like, yeah, that'd be a good idea. Look where the magnet has to go, all the way in there. And I have fat, stubby fingers, so I'm not going to be able to do it. So I was like, no, that's not happening. It'll have to do as is. It's just a pain when you try and move them across the table, you know, and you have your model here, and you go, oh yeah, that's great. You need to put them back on, and the clock is running down, and everyone's laughing at you. Fun times. Here's this one. So I've no viewers, so I'm not going to ask anyone what they're painting. But if you're watching this afterwards, what are you painting? Leave it in the comments below. Get a conversation going. There's just paint everywhere. Uh, I could really do a breakfast. But if I have breakfast, I have to wait an hour then before I can exercise, and that is effort. So I might just starve for a while. I was pretty hungry last night, and at Easter, so that tells you how long ago that was, I got an Oreo Easter egg that has little packets of Oreo biscuits in it. And there was one day I done a painting stint to try and finish a commission when I was on my Easter break. I started at 6:30 that morning because I couldn't sleep. I stopped painting at 2:30 the next morning. That was extreme. But what got me through it was you don't want to be stumbling around the house at night time because you're going to wake everyone, especially in your. I've just come out of a painting fit gaze and you're falling about the place. All you can see is paints and colours floating by like a really bad um, drinking experience. But I had these two things left on the table, and the girlfriend kept saying, get them out of your room. Someone will eat them. I was like, yeah. And then more and more models and packets and other things built up on the table. And last night I was so fucking hungry. I thought I'd left food in my bag from work. I was like, oh, I'll get them. They'll do me until the morning. No, I didn't leave food in my bag. And I was like, oh, times are getting desperate. I'm going to have to stop painting and go down. If I go down, I'm going to end up not coming back painting. I'm going to go to bed. What did I find on the table? Only the second packet of Oreos. So I'm out of my emergency food packets now on the table. I'll have to restock. But it got me through last night till 2:30. So that I could get a lot of work done. I was heard something really strange downstairs. That's worrying. Oh, right. You know what, guys? I'm just going to call it here. I might pop on again later on. I'm so fucking hungry right now. It's not even right. Cheers for watching. Leave a comment below and stay tuned for the scheduled videos. Cheers, guys.